Okay, we're going to kick off another excellent blog, and I'm saying excellent because I know it's going to be excellent even though it hasn't happened yet. So, welcome to the next edition of the blog. I don't even remember which edition this is anymore because I lost count, and it's been so long since we've done them. So, first off, since let me pick up where we left off here. Where our last podcast was when Expressway left us in the lurch, and we had no idea what was going to happen to the whole entire franchise, and we really didn't have a direction, didn't have a place to go, and there was actually a bit of sadness in my voice as I listened to that one again. So I guess I'm sorry for that. But since then, we found a new park, we found another safe haven, so to speak. We found another place to waste $3 as a gate fee every Thursday night and spend some time there. We weren't lying to our wives and telling us that there's softball even though there wasn't, and just going to the bar, although that did cross our minds. We're actually playing in softball again. So to bring it back into reality here, I got the special guest with us tonight is once again Coach JV coming to us on the phone line.
Yeah, I'm not 100% positive that we've actually turned the corner. Every time you described what was going on at Expressway Park, I kind of closed my eyes, which I shouldn't do because I'm driving, and just kind of like picture what you're saying. I feel like all those adjectives and phrases apply to our new situation as well. So I'm looking to lock this down and make this a sure thing.
Well, actually, so that's going to launch us right into our first topic here, Coach. As I was going to bring this up for your consideration and your discussion, but when we first moved into this the River City side of things, we kind of got excited because it looked like they had the schedule all lined up and everything ready to go. But then we quickly realized that our excitement was, much like other things in our lives, premature, because it turns out that River City is at least as big a mess as Expressway was. So, Coach, for your topic here, I'd like to hear from you. Which park was a bigger shit show? Was it Expressway Park or River City?
The actual shit show is trying to get 10 good guys to confirm that they're going to fucking play just even 1 week. Byron's got nothing on, and I won't name any names, texting me 10 minutes before game time and saying, are we playing this week? So, I mean, it's all the same to me because I'm dealing with it on a different level. No. So it's fascinating. I think they're like up in a completely. Am I allowed to? Is this a swearing podcast or not a swearing podcast?
Oh, no. Swear away. It just takes more editing on my half. I think Mom actually listens to this stuff. I have to edit it.
Okay. Sorry, Sue. Okay. So this is which crazy way do you want it to go? One crazy way or not a crazy up way? Because I've never. I mean, I give River City some credit. They were coming up with excuses that Myra could only have dreamed of. And so if I'm giving a style point, it's absolutely to Expressway Park and Marvin Lewis calling them and canceling things because of his Bengals game. But if I'm going for consistently screwing things up, well, that's going to be Expressway. So.
Okay. So which is a more interesting or frustrating point for you? Getting to the park at Expressway only to find out the other team's not there to collect their lineup card because they're going to forfeit to us, so we drove all the way down there for no game? Or is it getting a message the morning of your game saying that they're going to cancel it because there's a Bengals game tonight?
So let's see, you said frustrating and you said interesting.
Well, either way, what your call?
Yeah. Actually, okay, so right now I'm going to give it to River City just for novelty. I'm just amazed at the things they're coming up with here. And I think that's unfair because I just got bored with it. I feel like Expressway did the same thing. I just got used to it. So I guess like 3 Bengals games and 2 Riverbend concerts from now, I'll probably be frustrated with this. But in the meantime, it's just the newness, the freshness, the craziness even of these excuses are something that I cherish for this week.
Well, and people bitched and complained because Expressway never replaced the light bulbs in their scoreboards, but here we are at River City, and I don't think there is a scoreboard.
Right. So I was thinking about that for a whole week and a half. I was thought about that. My $3 are not buying any light bulbs versus replacement light bulbs. But I've shifted over now to my $3 is not buying clean filters because the outfields are veritable swamps. Nick D was once actually tackled by Shrek in a swamp in right field, and I guess on one level I can play in the dark, but I can't play underwater. So that's where I'm at right now.
Fair enough. So maybe what we can leave this at is Expressway Park was it had its own issues, but maybe, just maybe, we were better off, and you know, the grass always looks greener, but here we are, and now we got maybe bigger problems. Hey,
that's like the algae looks greener on the ponds in right field.
So here's a question. Does the fact that there's no ties at River City make up for the fact that there's this weird phantom clock rule where sometimes when the umpire wants the time to expire, the game could be over?
I don't have an answer for you because I have yet to comprehend any rule. And like, it's quote unquote my job to do that, and I have no idea what the heck they're talking about when they do the thing. It is genuinely random because, to be specific to answer your question, I have actually clocked the game. I'm telling you, the umpires are not.
No, they're not. There's been 2 games where I remember we were coming up to bat, and they're like, oh, you better hurry up. There's only 7 minutes left. We bat like 7 people that inning, go to the next inning, they bat like 4, and the umpire comes up, and he's like, hey, you only got 2 minutes left. It's like, this is not possible.
Yeah, you kind of wonder, like, what kind of time machine he's riding. I actually one night was, like, trying to get chummy with the umpire when I was catching and try to, like, check out what's going on. And I discovered the following answer. In theory, they're supposed to start a timer, and most of them do it on their phone. But generally speaking, a lot of them forget to do so and aren't even really sure what time the game starts. So constantly, instead of looking at a timer on their phone, they glance at the clock on their phone, and they really don't have a clue as to when they started. And so it's just like, 5, 7-ish.
So
I witnessed that myself.
So then I think maybe what we can do here is we can benefit from all the chaos in there. If you were a good coach, you would learn these rules enough to know when that you should declare it. And then I think you should stand up confidently and say, that's it, there's 1 minute left or 30 seconds, or then just count the clock down at the end. And if you're confident in it and it benefits us, you step out there and jump up and down and tell them the time's expired, and they'll call it. I'm guarantee it. I think we should test that theory.
Well, I tell you what I really need. I need a Sue Greason.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, we could all be so lucky. You know, I don't know what it was that someone here has done, but she's basically boycotted the entire franchise. I think this entire season.
I think it was that she was particularly close to Daniel Bowling. If he hasn't been there, she's been like, why bother?
Well, maybe that's it. You know what? Swear away. She doesn't listen to this shit anyway.
Yeah, I might have someone lined up for tomorrow night though to fulfill the role of Pseudo Sue.
Wow, that's big shoes to fill. She's a Hall of Famer.
I said Pseudo.
Okay, I'd say she probably has the biggest size women's 7 shoe there is.
Yeah, trust me, I know. On several occasions, I've had them like kicked on my ass. I completely feel it. If you're listening to, I'm sorry I said ass. But Tracy's mom is coming out.
Hey, there you go. I bet
she is an organized lady. I'll tell you what. I tell you, if I gave her my phone and said start the timer now, she would like stop in mid pitch and wave at the umpire and kind of come out of the field and say something.
Well, maybe that's what we're missing. Maybe this whole time we've been missing a Sue Greason behind the backstop there.
I like all the times when I don't know how many runs we scored, I feel that's a pretty safe bet.
So is this like you're writing my segues for me here? But speaking of missing people, you know, how does the absence of Bobby O affect this team so far? You think?
Well, okay, considering he is the reigning Gold Glove champion for our team. And considering that the people who have replaced him have gotten massive injuries or not been there, all that kind of stuff, I desperately miss the guy. But I'll be honest with you, the number one thing I miss about him is him f***ing around. Sorry, Sue. And and taking pitches when he's not supposed to, and being forced to pitch inning. That's the number one thing I miss about Bobby.
Well, we'll see if they. We need to test that rule down at River City and see if it still exists.
Oh yeah, right. We should absolutely try doing that. I want like 3 guys that put like Barney and Ray and whoever's playing right field, just to walk past the mound, throw one, and head on out. Actually, we should have done that on the expressway and see which one of them they would have made pitch.
Or 2 people grab the ball at the same time and lob it in together.
Yeah, or the softball.
Have you ever thought about 2 people grabbing a hold of your ball at the same time? 2
I have
dudes?
the video. I got the footage.
Okay. Hey, let's turn this about 30 degrees here. I want to talk about a couple guys who are on the team again this year. They were here last year, but they're very different players. And I'm talking about your number 1 and number 2 in your lineup today, and that's Farnsworth and Fromwork. So talk about a little bit about the change that you've seen out of those 2 guys last year into this year. Understand this is only Fromwork's first full year playing softball anyway.
So it's interesting because with both of these guys, I observe a completely different background to what's going on. So Fromwork, this guy is clearly athletic. Maybe he hasn't played softball, and he just needed like some time to do like learn the ropes and shit like that. But I feel like you could throw him out there in like a highlight game or a quoit or maybe horseshoes or something, and he would pick it up if you give him some time. I think he just got like some natural skills, you know. Flip side, Farnsworth. I think this guy came into it. And it's kind of like, okay, so this is a different kind of league than one I'm used to being in. And, like, this guy has mentally worked his ass off to, like, I'm going to be a first baseman now. This is a first baseman's job. I got to do this. And has completely, like, mentaled himself into a shit show player. So the both of them are kicking ass, but in, like, a very weirdly different way.
You know what's actually really incredible, and I know the season being 8 games long as it was, which is a little bit different because typical seasons are 9 games. But can you take a stab at what Farnsworth's batting average was in season 2, our first season at River City?
It was like 714, wasn't it?
You're damn close. I think it was like 690.
You're gonna bitch me out over 15 points?
Hey.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Either way, it's incredible. Actually, I don't have the numbers in front of me to back it up, but I can tell you, I can count how many people have hit over 650 in a season, and it's not many people.
Yeah, that's an excellent point. I mean, I didn't really, I was guessing. I felt good about the guess, but I mean, it's a crazy ass guess, and there it is.
Well, and just for reference sake, I think as a team, the good guys are hitting like 490 this summer, so. You know, he's definitely leading the way when it comes to that.
Two things I would say. One, I thought it was on base percentage because he's walked a couple times. But also, B, I think this shows like the kind of the cerebral guy that Barney is. Because I'm still not adjusted to this whole no foul ball, blah 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 thing.
Yeah.
My at bats are still not good. And he has already like wrapped his head around how it's different and how to like maximize the situation. It's crazy.
So, I guess that leads us into the next question then here, and maybe you're answering the question already, but if we awarded some of the awards, the postseason awards today, understanding with the fall season, which is going to be 2 games a week, so we're going to mount up a lot more games here the rest of the way. We've only played 17 games to date. Who would be your most improved? Who'd be your most improved player right now?
Okay, so it's crazy to say that Barney's in the running back-to-back years because that you improved like that rate twice. But I mean, I don't know how he's not in the conversation at this point. But also, I'm going to go back to Froomberg, who is like, because you got to measure distance, how far you've come, and all that kind of shit. And with his bat, the fact that he's, you know, I mean, let's be honest. Last year he was batting 8, that kind of stuff, and I feel like that was the right spot for him. And so that's a massive jump. I wouldn't have him batting 2 if I didn't think it was the right thing to do. That's a massive jump.
And he's been.
I'd like to give it to New Joe.
That's.
I really feel like he showed up at least one more game than I expected him to.
That's fair. I think it is fair. No, and you know, actually, and this is maybe it sounds like an odd stat to throw out, but you know, Fromwerk actually has more singles than anyone else on the team. So he's been a model of consistency up there.
Yeah, I mean, he's like got when it comes to singles, he's like the Michael Jackson of the good guys. He just keeps cranking them out.
Hey, I'm sorry. You know, actually, I realized I said Fromwerk. It's Fromwerk. Fromwerk.
Oh, Fromwerk.
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 I'll work on it.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so you said most improved, and really looking at those two, those are solid choices. Is there anyone else? I mean, I can't really think of anyone else. Everyone else has really just been their boring old self.
I would possible honorary mention to Maggie, formerly Williams, as most improved because that tat has really improved her.
All right, you gotta have to get off that once in a while. I think that your is getting on your phone. It's coming in some static.
Ooh. And I'm done.
We're going to have to edit all that out now too. Hey, okay. So what about Gold Glove? Reigning Gold Glove champion Bob Ooten. I know he played a full season with us, but I got to tell you, if he's going to stop at 9 games, I don't think he's going to be eligible to repeat as a Gold Glover. So if it ended today, can you name maybe just 2 or 3 guys, or maybe as a standout for you? Who's our Gold Glover right now?
I got to be honest with you. This is going to be a little bit tough this year. I'm not 100% positive.
It's because everyone sucks.
Okay. Well, and my go-to guy, you keep dinking, so I'm not sure what to do with that.
I'm not dinking anybody.
All right. So my answer at this point, with a lot of games left to go, my answer at this point would be Ben, and I stand by that.
Have I been dinking him?
What's that?
Have I been dinking him?
What the hell are you saying?
Oh, you said I was dinking him.
Oh, yeah. You never let me pick Ben.
Oh, I never said that.
The past 3 years in a row you said that.
No,
Anyway.
Ben's abilities stopped you from picking him before.
His abilities never stop me. His performance does.
You know, it is good. So actually at the shortstop position, you get a lot more opportunities than other people, but I think he's actually been pretty solid there this year. So I'll give him that. Now, the only thing else that I'll say is Farnsworth needs to stop playing on first base and expecting the throw to get there, because that's not where it goes. He needs to play about 3 feet up into right field and then let the throw bring him back to the bag.
That's actually not a bad idea. And probably Forney might qualify for Gold Glove if, in fact, catching bullshit throws. Because I'm assuming Gold Glove for Ben doesn't take into account his throws to first. And I'm assuming Gold Glove for Forney doesn't take into account him fielding Ben's throws to first.
Well, I mean,
I gotta check the rule book on that. I'm not really positive what a play consists of.
So I'm gonna talk real quick about the Good Guys Hall of Fame.
Oh yeah, are we allowed to?
Well, here's what I'm going to say. You know, I don't want to get specific. I usually don't try to open it up and let the ballot out to everybody. I don't know if people would get upset if they're up for awards or up for the Hall of Fame vote and they don't get in. But it is a prestigious Hall of Fame, and I only got so much space in this hall because it is a physical hall, so not anyone gets in there, not just anyone. So maybe what you can do is, since maybe people don't really understand much about the Hall of Fame voting or the process. Maybe talk a little bit about just the process. I mean, you've only been involved here. This will be your second year of voting.
Yeah.
So maybe you can talk a little bit about just the process without getting too detailed as far as the ballot goes, or what do you look for out of a Hall of Famer?
Okay, the process is fairly easy, straightforward, and fairly scientific. We take a pure silver bowl, fill it with Gatorade, warm it up, and sprinkle cocaine on it. Then we put a towel on our heads and lean over the bowl and inhale. And whoever's name comes to us first is eligible for the Hall of Fame. So that's pretty straightforward. And
well, that explains Mike Greason in there.
yeah, Kevin does. And or optionally a somewhat like real answer to your question. So players who have not been with the good guys for 2 years are eligible for the ballot. You can't, a maximum of 15 at-bats with the team will disqualify you for another year.
Yep.
Once you've been off the team for 2 years and in glorious retirement in Florida, then you are eligible, at which point the members of the good guys, past and present, who have at least 8 years of experience with the good guys are your voting members, and we look at the stats and basically you shrug our shoulders and pull a name out of a hat.
Fair enough. So, but it's not just about numbers.
Oh, it's about hair.
Well, it could be hair, it could be numbers, it could be who you are as a good guy. It's the epitome of the good guy. Someone who, when you think of this person, you think, oh, good guys.
And it's an interesting thing because I remember maybe somebody I know who was voting and on their ballot mentioned something along the lines of, even if this person had never set foot on the field, their social impact on the good guys alone would warrant consideration for the Hall of Fame. And then when you add in their stats, we decided no. But, I mean, yeah, so it can be, I mean, we like to think that we're a softball team, but I think we're actually a drinking team with a softball problem. And a lot of guys reflect that in the Hall of Fame.
Well, we used to be a karaoke team with the softball problem, but
my hat is over my heart for the poor guys at Flag Alley.
Poor Bob probably sitting down there all by himself every Thursday night just watching the door, waiting for someone wearing a red jersey to come walking in.
I think it's a country song.
If it's not already, it will be.
and when it is, you're going to karaoke it.
Absolutely. Well, hey, this is all drug on much longer than it should anyway, so I'm going to start to wrap it up. But before I do, I want to hear from you real quick. What do you think is going to happen in the fall? Understanding now that we've brought back two of the good guys from the spring season, and Mikey Donger Durbrow and Jesse Mayo Wisebroad. They're all coming back to the good guys, finally playing doubleheaders the rest of the way. What do you see coming out of the fall?
Okay, good news and bad news. Bad news, as it happens in the fall, gets mixed up. We play some tougher teams. It's going to be some tougher games. I'm just complaining because my shins are already starting to hurt. Good news is we've got a solid core of guys that like to come out there and play. They're a lot of fun, and we're going to likely see before, during, and afterwards at the bar, which may have something to do with why we come out. So I predict an uptick in fun and at least holding steady with our record, if not improving on our record.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. We'll go with that. Okay.
I sense you're disappointed. I thought you wanted me to hurry up. Okay.
No. That's solid. I just really expected about like a record. Like what? How many games here? Let's see. There's probably going to be. I'm going to guess we'll play about 12 games, 10 games.
All right. So I'm going to guess our final record at the end of the fall season is 2-2.
2-2. That's good. Well, that'd be a short season. Let's hope it's a little longer than that.
No. The last game will be played in mid-November. We're going to be 2-2.
Well, there's going to be a lot of Bengals games between now and then.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
So,
well, hey, this was fantastic. I appreciate the time tonight, and I'm going to propose that we do this much more often, and we might have to bring in some extra guests.
Oh, I like that. I think it'd be cool to try to get some of our northern brethren. Like, we gotta interview Bobby and say, like, damn it, if you can't be here, you can at least be here.
That's not bad. That's not bad. I'd like to hear his recap of their terrible summer season up there at the Good Guys North affiliate up there in Lebanon.
And I strongly suggest you like play the tough guy, man. If you hear him start to sniffle, maybe like hear the sound of a tear rolling down his cheek, you kind of suggest maybe we might have an extra spot open on some night.
I'm thinking, if I'm not mistaken, you're ready to touch his penis if he'll come back and play with us again.
What did you just say?
Well, that's all the time we have.
And we're out of here.
We'll catch up with us next time, and we'll do this again.
Okay, amen. Go Good Guys.